is up, YouTube? My name is Lauren. Welcome to Laura Loves Literature. Today I'm going to be doing episode 1 of Read It or Unhaul It. So I have all of my physical TBR in this little jar. They're really tiny little slips of paper, so there's probably over 100 books in here. I did this 3 weeks ago, so I have absolutely no idea what any of them say. You know, like, obviously they say book titles, but I don't know, like, I didn't just do them an hour ago, so I know which one's which. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do 2 or 3 books in this video, depending on time. But I thought we could pick our first book here together and see what we get. There's one certain book that I know that if I pick it, I'm gonna have to unhaul it. Because basically, I wanna be clear that my rules for this are strictly read it or unhaul it. I can read and unhaul if I don't like it, but if I do not want to read it, I have to unhaul it. That is it. I can try a book, I will give myself that, and if I do want to do a soft DNF, maybe something like that, it really is going to depend on the situation, but I don't want to just pick out tons and tons of books and just be like, oh, I don't really want to read that one. Oh, I don't really want to read that one. I have to read it or unhaul it. Those are the 2 options here, okay? So let's do this. Also, my husband has a blow-up jack-o'-lantern in this office right now, so if you can hear that, I apologize. But let us get into this. So let me make sure you can see my face so you know I'm not cheating. This is so nerve-wracking. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. This one right here. What does it say? I can't see it, I'm letting you see it first. Also, I have horrible handwriting, so forgive me. Shark Heart. Okay, this is a newer book that I have. I'm gonna go grab it and I will be right back and we can talk about it. Okay, I found it. It was on my book of the month shelf. Even though I didn't get it from book of the month, it is a book of the month copy, so I just keep it with the other ones. But this is a story. A gorgeous debut novel of marriage, motherhood, metamorphosis, and letting go, the intergenerational love story begins with newlyweds Ren and her husband Louis, a man who over the course of 9 months transforms into a great white shark. That is all I know about this book. I've heard fantastic things about this book. I've heard it's very emotional and very impactful. So I'm really excited to get to this. I was not expecting this at all. We have Shark Heart here, so I'm actually really excited about this. It wasn't on my immediate TBR or radar really, but I'm very excited about it. So I will update y'all when I have maybe 25% or 50% of this read and we can chat about it. And yeah, so first pick is in the books and let us get started. Hey friends, it has been about a week since I last updated you, but I am now 50% of the way through Shark Heart by Emily Haybeck. This is a story, I just got to part 2, which the story has kind of split into 2 now, but the first half of this book follows our main character Ren and Louis. They have like alternating, this book is like written very interestingly in the sense that, let me see if I can find a page to show you. The chapters are usually no longer than, sorry, my cat just jumped on the chair. Hold on. Hold please, my cat's on the chair that I'm using as a tripod. Hello, what is up guys? It has been about a week, but I have finally made it halfway through Shark Heart, and it is not to say that it has taken me a week because it's bad, because I'm actually really enjoying this. I have just not been feeling well. I had my anniversary and then like I said, have not been feeling well, and then I was doing a lot of writing and I just kind of put this in the back burner of my brain. But we are halfway through Shark Heart. And this so far has followed our main characters Louis and Ren. They are a married couple, and in this world, sorry my phone's going off, so it is our world, our society, that kind of thing, but there is a genetic component that is introduced that people can turn into animals. Not everyone gets this genetic factor, just like not everyone has red hair, you know, like that kind of thing. It's just something that can pop up in people's families. And Ren is married to Louis for their first year of marriage, and in their first year of marriage they discover that Louis has the genetic disposition to turn into a great white shark. This is very rare. A lot of like there are more common genetic mutations of animals, but great white shark is very rare. And we go through the transformation with Lewis, and the chapters are usually less than like 2 pages long. They're very short, kind of just like peeks into their lives and their thoughts. I love how this has been written. I really am enjoying the writing itself as well. And then I just got to part 2, and we are now following Ren, her family in the past before she met Lewis and all this. We're following Ren's mother, and so I want to see where that story goes, because I'm interested if there is another animal mutation involved, because that was really interesting in the beginning of this book. There was parts of it that I almost felt bad for laughing, because it's just so blunt that like Lewis has all of a sudden gets these big black eyes on the side of his head, you know, like his eyes shift and turn into these big black abysses like sharks have, and he gets an extra row of teeth and his face shape changes and everything. Like, there was just parts that made me giggle that I know I shouldn't have been giggling at, but it was just like thinking of him turning into a great white shark, part human, part shark, was just a little bit funny to me. But it is just such a tender novel, reading about the pain and the grief. And there has been so many moments where I have lost people in my life, thankfully never in a way of like a slow illness or anything, but I feel like this book could be very triggering to somebody who has experienced that, because so much of the changing of into a shark and everything can be transferred to the changing that comes with chronic or terminal illnesses, and it just has hit me very hard. And I don't know, it's been a beautiful book so far. I just wanted to update you guys. I am going to read part 2. Hopefully I can finish this faster than I read part 1, but I am much more invested now and ready to speed through this. It's sitting at like a 4-star right now. It's just got some really beautiful lines. Like, some of the writing in here is just so stunning. There's just some quotes, like there's some pages in here that are written like a script as well between Lewis and Annie. Is one of Lewis's mother's name is Annie, and in this scene there's a quote that says, "We don't know about the future, but we have each other in this moment right now." And I don't know, it's just so beautiful, and I'm really enjoying it. So I thought I would check in now that I'm at 50% and get back to reading. So thanks for checking in with me. Hey guys, so it is now Monday night. I just checked in with you a few hours ago. I have now finished Shark Heart, and I am giving it 4 stars. I thought this was so beautiful. It is definitely a little strange, a little out there. Sharks talking to each other and having emotions and talking about Shakespeare, and lizards and lizard people, and there was a lot in this that I think could be taken as silly, but when you look at it through the lens of grief and losing somebody to something that you cannot control and they cannot control, I think it was a beautiful, beautiful story. I don't know. I initially, when I was reading part 2, I was like, I kind of wish that this was just part 1. But in the end, I think part 2 added something to this book. We learn a little bit more about one of our main characters in the first part, Ren. We learn about why she is the way she is, why she reacts to her husband changing the way she reacts to him changing. And overall, I just thought it was really beautiful. I will be keeping this on my shelves, 4 stars. Very glad that this challenge made me read this. But now we know what time it is. It is time to pick our next read for Read It or Unhaul It. Let me get my face in here so you can see I'm not cheating. We're gonna go with this one. Okay, let's unfold it. Is it backwards? What does that say? Family Lore. Oh, this is another one that is a book of the month book. This is by Elizabeth Acevedo. I don't know why I've been putting this off for so long. I got it in the Book of the Month box like as it was coming out, and I love her YA stuff, so not sure why I've been putting this one off for so long, but we're gonna give it a shot, see what I think of it. And yeah, I'm sorry if you can hear my husband yapping in the background with his friends. But yeah, I'm very excited. Family Laur by Elizabeth Acevedo. I will get this off my shelf. Family Laur. All right. Was not expecting that, but what are you gonna do? Guys, what is up? So I have an update for you on my Read It or Unhaul It journey for Elizabeth Acevedo's Family Laur. I listened to about 30 minutes of this book and I am officially unhauling her. It wasn't clicking with me, and normally Elizabeth Acevedo clicks very fast for me. And I don't know, it's literary fiction. It's just not something I'm really interested in right now. And so she is going to be passed on to somebody else. To keep this video interesting, I thought we could pull one more book and see if we are going to read or unhaul this next book. So let's get all the way to the bottom. How about that? Okay, there's one book that I know if I pull it, I'm gonna unhaul it without even reading it. So, because I just don't want to be faced with that book right now. But let us see. I'll show you guys first. Oh, it's a long title. I mean, is it the right way? Oh, it wasn't even the right way. The Boys in the Boat. This is a nonfiction. Oh, it's my grandma's, so I'm not like gonna technically unhaul it. But I think I'm gonna pass on this and I'm going to give it back to her and take it off my shelves. So technically we're unhauling 2 books. Oh, I'm not even gonna try with that one. That was not the book I was talking about, but we're gonna pull one more time and see how that goes. So we're gonna go shuffle these all together. Okay. Do I have 1 or 2? 1, okay. Show you first. What does it say? First Time Caller. Ooh, this is by B.K. Borison. I have wanted to read this. I actually started reading it and wasn't vibing with it when it first came out, but we are going to try it. This is a romance about a romance hotline that this guy runs, and this single mom's daughter calls in on behalf of her mom, and I think they fake date, not really sure. But yes, so far, to do a quick recap, we have read and loved Shark Heart. Loved this one, gave it 4 stars. We are unhauling Family Laur. We are unhauling Boys in the Boat, which is a nonfiction. And we are reading First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. Let's go. Hey guys, I am officially back. It is November 12th. It has taken me over a month to film this video, and we have a very anticlimactic ending. I'm dropping my phone. I am DNFing First Time Caller at 100 pages in and unhauling it. You are just as disappointed as I am. I loved Love Light Farms by this author, and I want to read the rest of those books. I think there's 3 other ones in that series, but this book just, like, first of all, I am a person that does not believe romance books should be this freaking long. This book is over 400 pages long, and I got to the 100 page mark and just felt like I had been reading forever. I liked the writing itself, but it just drug so much. I didn't really care for the setup. I didn't care about the characters, and I wasn't swooning over our main character or the love interest. And those are all things that I think are pretty important 100 pages into a romance novel. So unfortunately, we did not have a winner in this one, and we're gonna say goodbye to her. I love the cover so much, and the second cover was just released, and I'm super disappointed, but life is too short to read books that you don't like, so we're unhauling her. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for waiting for this video. It got pushed back so many times because the books just kept putting me in book slumps, or I was just not feeling life at the moment. And finally, we are here. I'm sorry it ended like this, but I am going to be unhauling these books. This is not just like I say I'm gonna unhaul these books, like these books are going. So I did get my TBR down quite a bit. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a book comment down below, a book emoji, that's what I meant, a book emoji down below if you've watched this far, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.